glad you're okay. Thanks, Danica.
Thanks, Krista Daylor.
Whoa, here we go.
Big crash again. Turn 4 is Calamity Corner. There's rookie Reed Sorensen sliding down off the banking. Big damage to the Ford of Marcus Ambrose, number 9. And caution waves with 38 laps to go.
See Larson coming off of turn 1.
Yeah, it's almost exactly how Denny crashed, except it was in opposite ends of the racetrack.
For Denny Hamlin, it happened to lap 29, so he had 29 laps. We restarted at lap 34, so Kyle had just over 40.
Oh, car hard in the wall.
Stop the car.
Turn 3, Kyle Larson.
Relax, on fire. Get out when you can.
Makings that the right front tire went down. Yeah, you can see the hood buckle up and close.
Hold it up there. Hold it up there. Stop the car here, bud. You're on fire. Stop the car. Stop the car.
I'm sure that's just got to hurt, Dale. Yes, yes. The speeds they're running right now. Yeah, obviously the safer barriers have dissipated a lot of that impact, but it's still over 200 miles an hour. I mean, he still probably was going at least 180 by the time that he got to the wall there.
Back up into the top 10. Trouble, turn 3 and 4. Kyle Larson is around. There's another one hidden in the cloud of smoke I can't see. Marcus Ambrose drives out of it. And the yellow flag that Dale Jr. did not want to see has just happened.
Lot 3 wide. Big cluster coming off turn number 4. Smoke, trouble, way in the back, but here come the leaders.
You know, Jeff has had trouble back straightaway, guys. Car around.
Trevor Bayne.
A number of cars.
And more. Logano is in it.
Crashing all. Oh, man. Look at that. He's got cars on both sides of him.
And then Kurt Busch got into Bayne. And into the wall he went.
Wow.
And once Landon Castle gets sideways to the field, along with Kyle Larson and Greg Biffle, there's nowhere to go.
No, and these guys have all told me that these cars in certain situations are really, really loose and hard to hang on.
Out front of the field. You can follow Miss Sprint Cup as the big one's happening once again, coming out of turn number 4. Into the wall, Kyle Larson. Multiple cars sideways. Martin Truex Jr., a lot of damage to the front end of his car. Eric Almirola also involved. There's Kyle Larson, damage to the front end.
Yeah, you see right there, he's on the bottom of the racetrack, but it just goes straight off the corner. Obviously a problem with the race car, perhaps a tire. There's nothing Kyle Larson can do at that point, though.
And one more time, Kevin Harvick caught too fast on pit road.
Left of your screen is Kyle Busch. And around goes Kyle Larson.
Ooh, man. Oh, big impact. Man. Thank God that safer barrier's there, but that was still a huge impact.
Second caution of the day, lap 48.
Just can't get the left rear down. The car wants to turn right, hits that outside wall. And watch this safer barrier. I mean, that thing bowed in and it absorbed all that energy. If that was a concrete wall, totally different story.
He's going to go up the middle. Look at this, 3 wide.
Well, Kyle Larson wasn't going anywhere. Hamlin had to make himself some room.
Oh, no! That work?
Lock it down right there if you can.
Are you kidding me?
How crazy was that when the 2 cars started to spin? It's like it took the air off the 11.
What in the world?
That was one of the wildest spins I've ever seen by 2 cars that weren't really touching one another. Started to spin, then all of a sudden, it's like the air. But we're here, and boys, it's exciting.
Larson in the wall. Logano
clear.
Logano's in there. They both almost crashed.
Kyle Larson bounces off the wall, and here comes Brad Keselowski to second.
Boy, the 42 really got the right side.
Yeah, he did. He's out of it.
Half back.
Yeah, Truex seen the one car holding everybody up as far as backing up to the field. He didn't want no part of that. He wanted to get down, follow that 4 car, and that's the risk you got to take.
And Larson, you know, he was in a good position. Oh, caution.
Kyle Larson in the wall, turn 2.
I think that
might,
right front
might do it for him.
Well, that right front tire, I know when he hit the wall earlier, it had a. I think that right front tire, it had so much camber in it that I think it finally just used that right front tire up.
So we're under caution for Kyle Larson. Trevor Bayne gets the free pass.
Falling back just a bit in that inside line, the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Look at the hands on AJ Allmendinger. Up in the air goes the 42 of Kyle Larson. Caution comes out. And another contact got Kenzo hits. The one of Jamie McMurray flying down pit road. Kyle Larson up in the air.
Resort back in your brain to when you were winning these races. Into
the wall. Right in the front stretch. The 42 of Kyle Larson into the wall, and a caution comes out.
Got to hold it up here.
Right in the middle of the front stretch. Flames from underneath the hood.
Here. Off up your stuff, you can get out.
Ty Dillon with a big block, but Kyle Larson couldn't go on any lower. You put Kyle Larson in a position where he either was going to lift or wreck, and
there was a little contact with the 21 of Ryan Blaney as well as he was coming up the racetrack. Caution comes out for the 6th time at Martinsville. This time it's Kyle Larson. He was in 23rd position.
I can't turn left.
Yeah, you see right here, he's coming off from what I think is turn 2. He's underneath the 51 car. We've talked all day about how hard it is to get the pressure or the rear tires to hook up. You see he's in a big slide already. Continues to try to turn to stay off the 51 and basically spins himself out, really. You're going to see right here, it comes all the way around. It makes pretty heavy contact. When you talk about Martinsville, that's pretty heavy contact with the inside wall.
And the right rear gets it as well.
Oh, he's in the wall, up spinning.
Spinning up through 1 and 2 is Kyle Larson in the 42.
We're done.
And now the flames rolling from out behind that car.
Fire here, Cal. Come to a stop. Come to a stop. Come to a stop.
you see him winning that down. Has the brakes locked up. Fire's out now.
And look at all the damage on the right side.
Creating issues, and you can see here coming off of turn 4 way up out of the groove, and so that was this very lap. Then as he went down into turns 1 and 2, got back up there again hard into the wall.
That is the 3rd straight DNF in 2017 for Kyle Larson.
Pushing the issue with Eric Jones.
Oh, Jones around.
Just like we saw in Duel 1 with Stenhouse.
Yep, same thing.
Matthew Benedetto, the 32. Patrick shoots by. Kyle Larson is in it.
I think Larson, minimum damage. Oh, no, his left front's tore up.
You know, anytime there's a rule change, Mike, Jeff, there are unintended consequences. That is, oh my gosh, it just takes your breath right out of you.
And you can see the cords and the tread just come apart, and that's what goes up through the hood. Bam. Wow, look at the angle.
Kyle, talk to us, bud. Yeah, that was lovely. All right, jump forward. Just take your time here. Take your time. What a hit that was.
McMurray, you'll see him, he gets involved in this. It almost looked like his wreck from Friday. Starts off that way.
Right across into Truex. And then Bain in the 6 to the inside barrier. And let's ride through this with Martin Truex trying to get us.
Creating a lot of turbulence for this draft of cars, and you can see,
a lot of sparks flying. The 42 goes around, collects the 17. Larson around and got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as he was going.
Rolling here if you can. Blue tire. Yeah, 10-4.
The 48 also, we mentioned you can't make a mistake.
That's working really well.
Oh, Jimmy gonna
Whoa,
take.
no, Jimmy!
Contact.
And around goes Menard into the wall, taking cars with him.
Come on, high. Clear. All clear.
Big wreck.
You got it.
Well, I'm just wondering, did that suck the back end of the car around on Menard, or did they make contact that turned him around?
When the 48 gets on your bumper like that, it probably had something to do with it.
Well, as you saw during our side-by-side coverage, we're under caution because Kyle Larson hit the wall, and as the car came down pit road, his underhood became a flaming Texas fire pit.
Well, this is kind of odd. I mean, it just looked like the car wouldn't turn. That's different than just.
We're under caution in Richmond for the 3rd time tonight. Kyle Larson has had one trouble-free race this season. This is not it. This is coming down the front straight.
It's going to be a pretty hard lick, guys.
So this is coming off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Oh yeah, you can just see, looks like the 38 goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 24 Byron. And that sends Jeffrey Earnhardt and Kyle Larson. Look at the air get under the right rear of the 42.
Wow.
Heavy contact with that right front. Left front.
That safer barrier was there. Thank goodness for that. But watch this thing. Once it starts flipping, it's like a feather. It just won't stop.
What a hard tumble for Kyle Larson.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. And that was after a really hard hit with that front nose to the inside wall.
It just won't stop.
Well,
no, there's something wrong back there.
Well, 22
spin, backstretch.
Big wreck. Oh, huge.
And hard in the wall goes Austin Dillon and Kyle Larson.
Something was wrong with that 42 car. Oh my gosh.
They're still wrecking.
Both Dillon brothers are in it.
And so he's just getting loose right here as the 14 goes to his outside. It looked to me like Kyle Larson at that point as he went in the corner. Man.
Heavy impact.
Yeah, the 3 of Austin Dillon really.
Something went on with the 42. I can't quite figure out what it was, but something was going on with the 42.
And then Larson comes up, collects Ty Dillon and Ryan Preece.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Ty Dillon.
If this bottom lane, caution, Kyle Larson.
And it's Kyle Larson around, and the 42 has brought the caution out.
Yeah, I think he's got a flat right rear tire. Made some contact.
Yeah, a lot of damage to the right rear of that car.
See, just that car just digging the wall. Both front tires came off the ground. Just big impacts here.
Steve, we've seen so many.
Just a bit tight for
We got a spin off the turn 2.
Spin.
Hard contact with the inside wall. Kyle Larson getting loose or getting some help off the turn 2. There you hear it. He lost control of the car off of turn 2 into the inside wall. There you see him behind, I think, the 10 car. Eric Almirola just loose. I mean, you wouldn't even think with the spoiler on the back of that car that these cars could be that out of shape, that hard to drive, but obviously not comfortable, not in the racetrack. Now he's unfortunately at a bad angle to the inside wall. Nothing to do there that he can prevent from that.
That was a really late block from Chase Elliott. I think fortunate to get away with that.
How about Alex Bowman in the 88? He gets a shove. He's going to go sideways right in front of the pack.
Big wreck in here,
The 48 caught him. It's caught up. The caution has come out. He got a big shove right into the front of the pack. The 42 of Kyle Larson. He is there. The 11 is caught up. And flames coming out from underneath the 48 of Jimmy Johnson.
Big run with Suarez with Kurt Busch pushing him, and they just made contact. And
yeah, Suarez goes to the inside of the 4 car there to try to take that run that 1 car of Kurt Busch.
So Stenhouse left his dancing partner. He went down, chose to go down and block it.
Whoa! Spinning around and into the fence goes Harvick, and it's a 7-car jam session.
Eric Jones is in it. Noah Gregson's in it. Dang it. Chase Elliott.
Climbing out. Kyle Larson.
Don't get out too far, Blaney. Whoa!
Into the wall, Larson and Hamlin.
It kind of goes back to what you're saying, though, Clint. There's so much drag in that 5 car, pulling him back. That I think Denny was just trying to push him. Almost the same situation as his teammate Kyle Busch pushing the 3 car earlier.
Kyle Busch continuing to lead. Trouble turn 4. And it was a big hit. Watch the 5 right of your screen.
Yes, it was. Big hit. Those right side impacts like that rattle.
Look. Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Oh, and I'm sure Kyle was coming over to apologize.
Some sort of mechanical issue on the 5 car for him. Look at that. He is flying when he comes in there.
So I heard him say, I have a pedal, which, looking back now, maybe he didn't have brakes, and now he does have brakes. That's the one thing that seems to make sense. And to your
big battle off of turn 4 here.
And into the wall goes Bubba Wallace. And he comes back across the track, tags the 5. They're both in the wall. The caution comes out.
Flips the 20 car of Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell hard into the outside wall.
A playoff driver involved in this.